And here comes Counter Revolution on the attack. Oh, my goodness! A massive explosion! Oh, and another as well! Counter Revolution has suffered serious damage at the hands of Tombstone. And look at that! The vertical wheels, they have stopped spinning already! Whoa! Jeez! Tombstone just toying with Counter Revolution at this point. It's like a cat playing with a wounded mouse. One more.
That is brutal.
And talk about a devastating blow to finish off the fight and culminate with the TKO. That is it. Woo! That was worth the wait.
Well, Tombstone just sent a message to everyone else in this tournament.
The bot battle is on. Here comes Tombstone. And look at this, Kenny. I've heard of Ray doing this in other matches. He's not spinning his blade. He's toying with him. Uh-oh. Here comes that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here comes that blade.
Look at that blade spin. He's going to go in for the kill right now, Chris.
Already, Radioactive's exposed.
And Ray Billings is having way too much fun out there. He's talking trash.
He's gotten each of the pods, and now it looks like this hammer. Is there anything Radioactive can do to stay alive?
Tombstone's acting like a blender right now.
We lost drive.
15 seconds to move. In the meantime, Radioactive isn't moving at all. Holy smokes! Ray Billings and Tombstone just taking shrapnel and firing around the box.
3, 2, 1, knockout.
That is it. In just over a minute, Tombstone with its second straight KO to advance to the quarterfinals.
That right there is the Mike Tyson of BattleBots.
It's time for the bots to battle. Witch Doctor, coming up and then retreating. That's a good idea. Oh! A major shot. No, look what happened to Tombstone. Oh, he spins out. Look at this. Sparks flying.
Oh, goodness.
Witch
tires.
Wow. Witch Doctor lifts Tombstone into the air and almost into the screws.
Devastating hits right now from Witch Doctor.
Oh! Another one head-to-head. But look at these. These bots are undaunted.
Come here. Come here.
This fight is ridiculous. Oh! Are you kidding me?
No! Look at it! Tombstone's blade has come off!
But look at this! Witch Doctor's upside down with no way to right itself.
Oh no! It's going to be rendered incapacitated! This is going to be a knockout!
9, 8.
Tombstone has come back from the dead and buried Witch Doctor!
1, knockout.
Unbelievable!
What a battle!
Let the bot battle begin! The two heavyweights eye each other. Bronco backing up. Tombstone coming straight at him. Bronco trying to get that new extended flipper in position to go under Tombstone's blade. Oh! Sparks fly! Bronco gets a big flip! Tombstone gets another one on Bronco! And within 20 seconds, we already have mayhem!
Bronco trying to get underneath, and so far it's Tombstone getting some good hits off of Bronco.
But Bronco's getting some big hits in there, too. He's only in the way. Oh! Bronco uses its tail to jam up Tombstone's blade. Now he's trying to box him in. Oh, no! Here we go again!
The damage is really starting to pile up on Bronco.
Bronco's coming apart, and there goes a big part of Bronco, and then a big flip!
Bronco might be in trouble. He's trying to flip himself and right himself here with that flipper. He does! Oh, no, he doesn't!
Oh, he still can't do it! How about a third time? And it is the charm! Bronco gets back, however it is down. It's missing a right front wheel.
I need to see movement.
Tombstone really trying to pour it on now. Oh! Huge hit there from Tombstone.
Bronco's got to get out of the corner and show that it is still a mobile bot, or it could be looking at a
He's done. He's done.
Bronco has got to move, but he's lost its right front tire, Kenny.
He's flipping around, but that's not controlled translational movement. The ref should be counting him out any second.
Why isn't Tombstone going in to try and get the kill?
10,
They're counting him out.
9, 8,
You want more?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Ray's going in for one more hit.
1.
My goodness, it's over. It's over. Bronco is out. Tombstone moving on to the final.
But look at Tombstone dealing with some serious damage, and that's exactly why he was conservative, Chris. Didn't want to go in. That thing is so powerful, it flung him across the BattleBots. And look at the guts of Tombstone just hanging out.
And the championship is underway. Here comes Fight for it. Oh, and we have sparks flying in the first 5 seconds. And there is a hop skip and a spin by Tombstone.
Bite Force has done it. He's closed the gap, and he's boxing him in.
Oh,
No, Bite Force trying to jam him up.
oh, is he going to get him on the screws? He's got him off the ground.
That's a pin. You have 10 seconds to pin.
Fight Force is racking up points for control of that pin.
Yeah, but in the tournament rules, you can only hold a pin for 10 seconds.
Valuable seconds ticking away. And there's the release. Ray's got to get on the offensive now.
Tombstone gets that blade going. Oh, big hit.
Tombstone with a side delivery.
Oh!
That was a good shot on the treads by Tombstone.
That blade is starting to cut through that wedge of Bite Force.
It's got several holes now in the front, does Bite Force. Now he chases Tombstone near the screws. He's taking him around the box, but then Tombstone breaks free.
Oh, this is amazing driving here by Ventimiglia.
Oh!
You see Tombstone starting to smoke up here. That motor's starting to burn out.
No, that's batteries. That's batteries.
You can hear Ray. What's he talking about, Kenny?
White smoke, Chris. That's the signature of a light mode battery flameout. Looks like Ray is losing his weapon.
And now more than a minute into the bout, keep an eye on the smoke as Bite Force takes Tombstone for another ride.
It's clearly the weapon batteries because Tombstone's still mobile, but the driving ability of Paul Ventimiglia.
But Ray Billings somehow recovers with the exceptional driving.
What a battle here.
A little more than a minute remaining.
Yeah, drives a little bit wonky. It's okay. You got a minute. You got a minute.
Looks like Paul's struggling a bit right now. But can Ray take advantage?
Anything's possible, Chris.
At this point, it's too close to call. Neither one can get the upper hand at this point, Kenny. Oh!
And
It's
look at
right
this.
in front of us on the screws. Tombstone breaks free yet again.
Now it looks like Bite Force is having a
Oh,
problem with
he's
his
lost
mobility.
traction, it looks like, on
Yeah.
one side of his bot.
Can you drive? Okay.
30 seconds to go in the championship fight of BattleBots. Does Ray have any opening to drive Paul up in the screws and get a miracle knockout?
It doesn't look like it, Chris.
I'm trying.
Their fight has really been a war of attrition. They're both battered and bruised like two heavyweight champs, struggling to stay on their feet in the 12th round. At this point, Tombstone is just trying to ram him here.
Fight Force trying to flip him over.
In the screw. In the screw. Come on, in the screw.
Tombstone trying to get Fight Force into the screws. That doesn't happen. Let the bot battle begin. Here comes Photon Storm. Oh, they're eyeing each other. It's a glancing blow.
Minotaur trying to attack the side. No!
Oh, he's taking off some of the armor. Already a Photon Storm. I'll tell you, I don't know who's getting ready to land the 737 inside that battle box, but I'm going to get the heck out of here.
That's exactly what it sounds like, Chris. Tremendous power. Photon Storm trying to get around the front. There it is.
Uh-oh, can he pinch him?
In contact. It hasn't been able to clamp down yet. Oh, look at this. A perfect scenario.
There's 12 tons of force right into the tire, it looks like, Kenny.
The pitcher's found the wheel well. He's not going to do much damage there.
Sai daí, sai daí, sai daí.
Now, once again, that pin cannot last forever. Photon Storm is going to have to release Minotaur at some point.
You gotta move. You gotta move.
Release, 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 release.
And he's free.
What a close call for Minotaur. Photon Storm was just centimeters away from a a direct pinch. Oh!
A big hit from Minotaur.
Oh! Minotaur attacking from the side, trying his best to stay clear of Photon Storm's pincher.
Minotaur's got to be careful. Minotaur doing a good job avoiding the front side of Photon Storm, but this isn't a bot that's going to stay on the defensive for very long, Chris.
Oh! Oh! There's the jump! The hand is gone!
That was the knockout blow.
Wow! Whoa! Photon Storm's been decapitated!
What a comeback.
Here comes the countdown!
2, 1, knockout!
Wow.
You think this doesn't mean something to those kids from Brazil? You just saw the driver, Daniel, go nuts after decapitating Photon Storm. Well, Minotaur came out so aggressively from the get-go, that drum spinner carving up Photon Storm like Thanksgiving turkey.
Photon Storm had the right idea with that pincher, but he missed his target by mere millimeters.
And that's all Minotaur needed, Kenny.
Boom!
He only needed one good shot and lights out for Photon Storm. Let the bot battle begin. Minotaur just taking its sweet old time, just crawling. Oh, here we go, now we're speeding up. That flaming hammer, ready to deliver a shot, just misses Minotaur.
Minotaur trying to attack the flank of Blacksmith, but Alkindle keeping that big wedge in front of him. You can hear Minotaur's spinner working, Chris. Sounds like a jet is about to take off here in the BattleBots.
Oh! Uh-oh, Minotaur gets thrown into the rails by Blacksmith and nearly gets taken out by the pulverizer.
Great driving by Alkindle. Minotaur can't get those scoops under him.
Oh! Takes him into the screws.
Oh!
Oh, that drum spinner just popped Blacksmith's 10 feet into the air.
No scoops work that time.
And now the bottom of Blacksmith's wedge showing a few gaps chipped in it. It looks like Michael Strahan's smile. Oh, and Blacksmith then took another shot to the front. Oh! Blacksmith gets flipped over but self-rights. And whips on the hammer throw. Blacksmith takes the shot, but Minotaur's running into the corner. No! Blacksmith's flailing. That wedge is breaking down. Oh!
Huge hit there.
Blacksmith self-rights, but Minotaur's right back on top of him looking to attack. Grinding with that spinner. There's another shot. No! Blacksmith had his face ripped off. Are you kidding me?
Well, that wedge of Blacksmith is off and is very susceptible now. Oh!
Minotaur takes Blacksmith into the rails. Blacksmith on the attack with that hammer. Halfway through this action-packed match. And there's a shot by Blacksmith. Alkindle has got to be careful here. His defenses are down. Oh, Blacksmith gets taken into the screws right in front of us. But here it is, still swinging.
Man, can it take a punch?
Even with that damage, Blacksmith continues to chase down Minotaur. And there's another shot by Blacksmith. A little bit of a rally here by the New Jersey builder. Under a minute to go in the round.
Oh, big hits there from Minotaur.
Oh! That one flew all the way to the top of the BattleBot. Oh! Blacksmith gets thrown in the air.
Minotaur is undressing Blacksmith right now in the BattleBots, but Blacksmith is still swinging.
Oh! These guys won't stay down. Stay down, Al! Stay down!
Oh! Blacksmith
action-packed fight from the word go.
Well, by the time this fight was over, there wasn't much left of Blacksmith.
Oh,
That powerful drum spinner of Minotaur was just taking every little piece of Blacksmith apart.
those new scoops that Marco and his team added allowed them to get under that big wedge of Blacksmith and eventually rip it clean off.
And here's the end. Minotaur, no hammer on Blacksmith, just fighting for his life. And Minotaur, no mercy.
We are underway in the round of 16. Both weapons spinning up to full force. They ignite the dynamite!
The force of these two weapons is just scary, Chris.
Right back at each other. Oh, glancing blow. Oh, whoa! Whoa! Warhead has been decapitated! And Minotaur is going in for the kill! The primary weapon is dead! That drum spinner roaring like a jet engine in the box. Minotaur hunting its prey. It wants bot blood. Taking a pulverizing hit is Warhead.
Minotaur just continues to punish Warhead again and again.
The Brazilian bull taking apart Warhead piece by piece. Its head some 40 feet away across the box. And no breakdancing moves to save Warhead tonight, Kenny.
10, 9,
The countdown has begun. Minotaur with a devastating knockout. Complete annihilation of the veteran Warhead.
Free and Simon, if you're gonna get knocked out, it might as well be spectacular.
Minotaur, go celebrate. You are on to the next round. The team from Brazil announcing itself as a Botwood Championship chops. And Daniel Freitas still dancing the samba in celebration. What a win. Kenny, here's the decapitation.
Truly the shot heard round the world. Just a devastating uppercut. The head goes one way, the bot goes the other, and from there, without that primary weapon, the Headless Horseman Warhead was a sitting duck.
And then a well-deserved victory dance for the Brazilians. Let the mock battle begin for a berth in the Final Four.
And Chris, straight out of the blocks, we see Bronco driving nose first. This is different from his last fight. Uh-oh! Minotaur underneath them. The bull taking the Bronco for a drive.
Oh! Bronco just flips himself off. Guess you can't say that.
Well, both bots just sizing each other up here. I must admit, I'm surprised Bronco has reverted back to this driving technique.
Little flip for Bronco, but look at this thing. It just gets itself back over.
Well, we're starting to hear that spinner on Minotaur get up to speed. Bronco doing its best to avoid it.
Now, big shot. Big shot.
Oh, Bronco not quite getting the lift we know and love.
Seems like they may be having some pressure problems with that pneumatic flipper.
Oh,
There's some sparks from Minotaur.
Minotaur looking warmed up now. That drum spinner is so big.
Oh, there goes the wheel.
Whoa! Minotaur has popped the wheel off. Oh, and another Bronco down to 4 wheels. He's lost 2 like my old Chevy in Ohio. Well, Minotaur trying the other side now. Oh, Bronco, there's gotta be something wrong with that launcher. Minotaur starting to sense Bronco's weakness like a shark smelling blood in the water.
Oh,
The grinding.
Bronco's flipper does not look good, Chris.
Bronco can still move. It's amazing.
You see the front side of that flipper, though. It is really messed up, Chris. And now you can hear Minotaur's drum spinner cranking up to a new level.
Minotaur's taking control of this match. And here he goes again. He's got Bronco. Where's he taking it? Oh! The kill sauce has got the underbelly of Bronco. Oh! Whoa! Another wheel, Kenny!
That's it. Minotaur has destroyed one
blade is not spinning on Rotator, Kenny.
Yeah, that is by design. Rotator only needs to spin that bottom blade to make contact.
Oh, and there's another big collision as the drone watches on. Oh, another massive knock to the schnoz.
Chris, both bots executing their game plan so far. Rotator has that blade working, and Warrior Dragon is happy to meet force with force.
Whoa, woo! Big sparks. Nice shot there by Warrior Dragon, and the drone trying to get in.
Well, that blade on Rotator working overtime, Chris.
Oh, a couple of big hits there.
Yeah, both bots being aggressive, but Rotator is shaking a little now. And now that back part of Warrior Dragon is not spinning, but check out the drone trying to get involved with that flame.
Now Rotator starting that top blade, Kenny. That drone better not get too close. It'll suck it down.
Look at this, it's gonna get drone involved. It's
Oh,
spinning it,
yeah.
so its drone can burn it up.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, little too close for
Uh-oh.
comfort there.
That drone channeling Icarus, flying a little too close to the sun. So now it's one-on-one right in front of us. Let's see if Rotator can do anything on the offensive.
This is some next level driving here from the Ewart clan and Warrior Dragon. Pinning Rotator up against the box here. Rotator hasn't been able to get
Oh, the pulverizer dropped it in. What's up? Oh, taking bits and pieces out of Rotator. Nice use of the BattleBots there by Warrior Dragon.
So it seems both bots not 100% right now, Chris. Warrior Dragon's lost his primary weapon, now just relying on the driving skills of Clint Ewart. He's got Rotator pinned.
He can hold him there for a little while, then he has to let him go, which he does.
Well, this is a brilliant strategy. He's taking precious time off the clock here, not allowing Rotator to get any hits going.
Killsaw's now functional with under a minute to go. And
Uh-oh.
Warrior Dragon's smoking right in front of us.
This is exactly what Team Ewart was afraid of. Warrior Dragon burning up its motors here.
Well, he's moving just a little, but check out Rotator. That primary weapon's back. He's got a free shot on Warrior Dragon if he can just move. Are we heading for a double KO, Kenny?
Neither bot has been stationary long enough, Chris.
Well, both bots are on the canvas, trying anything to show they're still functional. Can somebody make one final push? Oh, watch out for the Killsaws, Warrior Dragon. Not a great place to lose power.
Oh, here comes Rotator.
Rotator slipping toward Warrior Dragon. Oh, big hit there. Under 10 to go. Too late for a count out in what's been a tactical battle. A real seesaw affair. And look at Rotator, spinning like he's winning, trying to tell the judges, pick me, pick me. Kenny, I don't envy the judges having to make this call. How are they going to break this one down?
Well, as promised, both teams came out aggressive, resulting in some great action. The way I see it, Warrior Dragon won the control battle, really pushing Rotator around the box and pinning him very effectively. But Rotator came out on top of the damage category, getting the better of Warrior Dragon with that bottom blade and knocking out their primary weapon. That's a powerful statement for the judges.
We have a split decision. Judge Bobak scored the battle for Rotator. Judge Derek scored the battle for Warrior Dragon. Judge Grant scored the battle for the winner, Rotator!
Rule number one in BattleBots, Kenny, if you want to make sure you win, don't let it go to the judges. Let the bot battle begin, and here comes Scorpius with a box rush right away, get to the side of Rotator.
Risky move right there by Rotator to stay close to that wall, but he's out.
Oh!
Nice shot by Rotator. That top blade caught the neck of Scorpius.
Oh!
Scorpius still advanced.
Scorpius being the aggressor, chasing down Rotator like a crazed fanboy. Scorpius can't get a good lift. Not yet under Rotator, at least. Oh, nice little spin from Victor Soto, but that's a good shot there.
Scorpius getting underneath now, waiting for that saw, but Rotator backs away. Frantic start to this fight. Oh, big hit.
Scorpius might have him here, Kenny. That scooper doing its job. Here comes the saw, but it's not looking 100%.
Something definitely not right with that saw. It doesn't seem to be getting up to full speed, but Rotator doing a great job. Both blades doing damage now. Oh!
Piece of Scorpios has come off.
Scorpios knows he has to fight this kind of style, though, Chris. He has to put this full court press on Rotator.
Rotator holding up so far, Kenny. Oh, so Scorpio still trying to stay close to Rotator, but Rotator not in danger of hurting himself like Ice Wave did. Oh, both blades of Rotator just flipping high on that weapon arm of Scorpios.
A little over a minute and a half to go.
Whoa, Rotator hit him with a hurricane there.
Oh, these hits are devastating.
Oh, look, Scorpius has got a hold of Rotator, and Rotator gets a reversal. Nice work.
Yeah, he needs to use the box here to jam him up, and he's doing that.
But look at that. That saw's got nothing, Kenny. Scorpio's in big trouble with no primary weapon. Whoa, big swing and a miss by the pulverizer there.
Yeah, Scorpios needs a plan B, and quick, Chris.
I guess that plan B is just to keep pushing. Uh-oh, Scorpios is stuck, Kenny. Rotator could go in for the kill, but what's he waiting for? He's not your best dig. Kill him! Oh, but he gets out, he backs up. Now the kill saws are active with under a minute to go inside the BattleBot. Oh! Whoa!
There goes the saw blade! There goes that primary weapon!
Whoa! Scorpios has been decapitated! Unbelievable!
What a fight for Rotator!
Now it's just a pushing and shoving match for Scorpios. Rotator has both primary weapons active. Let's see if he can take advantage.
There goes another piece of Scorpios!
Unbelievable!
Rotator with the fight of his life. We've been waiting to see this. Victor Soto doing everything right tonight.
Now the saw blade gets a hold of Rotator.
And Scorpio's playing for this judge's decision. It worked for him last time. This could come back to bite him.
He's got to get him up in the screws. The screws have stopped momentarily and Rotator gets away. But Scorpius has got to push and shove around the BattleBot.
Look at that top part. It's completely exposed to Scorpios.
Under 10 to go, as this one will go the distance. Does Scorpions have one last push in it?
I don't think so, Chris. Rotator is just too fast.
Rotator going for what it believes is a victorious spin. Will it be against Orion Beach and Scorpius in an amazing first fight?
Great fight. Great fight.
Kenny, Scorpios definitely set the tempo early on.
We've seen this from Rotator before. He likes to start off on defense and wait for his opportunity to strike. That top blade was able to get above Scorpius' wedge, so Scorpius wasn't able to control the fight like they did against Ice Wave, and without that saw working, Rotator started to get a little bit of distance between them and started striking with that top blade. Look at that, there goes the saw blade, there goes that primary weapon of Scorpius. Give credit to Scorpius for staying aggressive, but as we always say, damage wins fights.
Let's see if the judges agree.
And the winner by a unanimous decision is Rotator!
Let the bot battle begin. Here comes Ice Wave. Oh! Big hit early from Ice Wave. Oh! And again.
Well, Chris, that titanium wedge getting tested early. Survive those first two hits. Victor will be feeling good.
What's the matter, Alex? What's the matter? Talk to me, talk to me.
He's feeling good, all right. Ice Wave in trouble, Kenny.
Now this is a huge opportunity for Rotator, Chris.
Whoa!
Huge hit by Rotator.
There goes our engine.
Incredible gameplay by Rotator. This changes everything, Kenny. Oh! Another part of Ice Wave has come off. I can see inside his face down to his bones.
Yeah, that's not good. Ice Wave basically is going to be a wedge bot here. Well, let's not forget, there's more than 2 minutes left in this fight, Chris. Anything is possible.
Oh! More of his innards are coming out inside the BattleBot.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he keeps attacking there with the fuel, if that thing goes on, we could see an explosion in the BattleBot potentially.
The fire marshal's on standby. Oh! Bits and pieces now. It's half an Ice Wave. It's now become just ice.
Rotator fighting the fight of his life, Chris, executing his game plan perfectly.
More than a minute into this one, and now Mark DeVitz is going to have to use the battle box as its main weapon, Kenny.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see if Ice Wave can at least trap or jam Rotator up. Oh, look at this. Rotator just rotating to try to be effective. Look at that.
And Ice Wave seizing the moment, trying to scoop up Rotator. Mark DeVinci saying this fight ain't over. I don't ever give up. Oh, no!
Well, Rotator has other ideas, Chris. He's going for the jugular. Oh!
Are you kidding me?
Well, there goes the engine of Ice Wave. It's officially completely out of that box.
Now it looks like Pac-Man. But Ice Wave's still trying to be effective, Kenny. Look at it, pushing Rotator around. The weapon's gone, but he still has a lot of power. Rotator's scrambling. If Rotator just stays out of harm's way, it's gonna win this thing, but Ice Wave doing its best to push its buddy around the box.
This is just tremendous driving from Victor Soto. He's like a surgeon out there, Chris, taking them apart piece by piece.
Well, there's not too many pieces left to Ice Wave in this top 16 bout. Oh! Rotator turning this place into a junkyard, Kenny, but Ice Wave refuses to give up. Shoves Rotator into the corner, getting all up in his grill, saying, "Is that all you got?" Might only have half a face, but gee, I'm good looking. Under 30 to go. Does Mark DeVinci and Ice Wave, after taking it in the bum from the kill saw, have any push left? Ice Wave looks like he's had a fight with a cheese grater. Oh, Victor Soto. Can he take off the entire top of Ice Wave? 8 seconds left. Somehow, Ice Wave has gone the distance, but can Rotator claim the scalp? Oh, he does! He does! These two warriors go the distance in an amazing opening round match. So this one goes to the judges. And there's tonight's panel. Naomi Kyle, Derek Young, and BattleBots veteran Lisa Winter. Kenny, Rotator with some big shots early on, and Ice Wave wasn't running at 100% after that.
It was the first hit from Rotator. He got right up above and attacked right where the engine housing is for Ice Wave. Just completely dissected Ice Wave piece by piece. I don't remember there being more bot parts around the battle box than I've ever seen right now. Ice Wave is a devastating horizontal spinner, but against that wedge, he basically was not effective at all.
The winner by a unanimous decision is Rotator!
Let the bot battle begin. Both bots just feeling each other out. Oh, Cobalt draws first blood. Oh,
Already winning the ground game.
he's already taken a tire off, Kenny.
Cobalt, so low to the ground, is getting underneath Sub-Zero with ease.
Oh,
Sending parts all over the battle box.
clean up aisle 6. We got problems already for Sub-Zero. Look at the power of that weapon. Is he gonna get Sub-Zero out of the arena?
Well, he said he was going to hang back and feel it out. He's not doing anything but feeling out Sub-Zero.
Oh! Did you see the damage to the underbelly of Sub-Zero, which now it's static?
I'm gonna count you down.
It's got to show some sort of movement or it'll start to be counted out.
We're done. We're done.
Cobalt is dancing in the battle box. He is celebrating already. My goodness.
Here comes the countdown.
7, 6,
What a devastating bot.
3, 2, 1. That's a knockout.
What an impressive first fight in 2019 for Team Cobalt. So much for that hanging back thing by Cobalt.
Yeah, that was quite a coming out party for Dave Molds and Cobalt. They won the ground game almost immediately, hitting Sub-Zero head on, and then he just went to work.
Kenny, Cobalt looked like a predator out there, just picking his opponent apart.
Absolutely, that weapon is so much more dangerous than it looks. It tore through all of Sub-Zero's armor and threw him in the air with ease. That was all Cobalt, all the time.
Let the bot battle begin. Both bots starting out slow, sizing each other up, daring the other one to make the first move. You can hear Cobalt's weapon already up to full speed.
And Duck's getting under Cobalt.
Trying to use the battle box and he can't. Uh-oh. Right in front of us.
Huge hit hit by Cobalt.
We call it flying duck. Holy smokes, there's another one. Wow.
Well, right there you see the durability of Duck. He got flung into the air. And it's got flung into the air again. Huge chip off the back of Duck.
That one got hit right off the battle box. And again, Cobalt has gotten him up on his screws, but Duck gets away. He's got a bent beak, dude.
Cobalt just chilling up Duck. Oh my goodness. Oh!
And another one. Is Cobalt gonna throw Duck out of the arena?
What other bot could do that to Duck?
And what other bot could survive this kind of pounding other than Hal Rucker's?
Oh! Just flung off his beak, Chris!
His beak is out of the rails! Oh my gosh! But Duck is still working! Duck is still moving, even without a face! It's a duck only a mother could love!
Wow! Now Cobalt slowing down a little bit. Those are some of the most insane hits I've ever seen in BattleBots.
Unbelievable! I have no idea how Duck is still going.
Oh, another! Duck getting some air miles courtesy of Cobalt tonight.
Uh-oh, Cobalt just bounced off the floor of the battle box.
That's the fear of having their low wedge, but Cobalt needs to recover here, Chris.
Let's see if he can get free.
Cobalt was dominating this fight, but now they need to show some movement.
I'm gonna have to count you out.
Hal Rucker has built an invincible bot. Duck just will not die. Unbelievable. Cobalt is getting counted out as Duck is sitting there and looking at him. Oh, he's not looking at him because he doesn't have a face. That is it.
Knockout!
Unbelievable finish.
Wow.
I don't know who once said, take a licking and keep on ticking, but that's what happened with Duck.
Unbelievable. I mean, I don't think there's another bot in the game that can take that kind of punishment and stick in there for 3 minutes like he did. And listen, Cobalt did exactly what they needed to do. They looked like the vertical spinner version of Bronco, tossing Duck around like a rag doll. They kept hitting and kept hitting, but this is what Duck does. It survives. And then Cobalt fell victim to its own ground-scraping wedge, caught an edge on the floor, and all of a sudden, it was over.
Let the bot battle begin. Bombshell twisting his way over to Cobalt. Oh, a little bit of contact there, but both bots escaped unharmed, and here comes Cobalt. Oh! Whoa! Bombshell just took off like a bombshell. Holy smokes!
It actually took off the front part of the wedge of Cobalt. That hit was nasty.
Unbelievable. The countdown has started, and Cobalt, needing only 15 seconds, has sent a lightning rod through this competition.
That's a knockout!
What a KO from Cobalt. They're back in the winner's circle, and boy, it must feel good. Kenny, the amount of energy Cobalt dishes out is insane.
Chris, when you have that kind of power, you use it and you use it repeatedly. Bombshell knew that, and they still enter the box with no self-righting mechanism. That's just poor planning. Look at the way Cobalt's wedge worked to perfection, popping Bombshell up in the air like it's on a tee, and bam! Cobalt crushed it out of the park.
Let the bot battle begin. Can't wait to see these weapons go at it head-to-head. Ooh, Endgame trying to bully right off the bat.
Well, good sign for Endgame so far. They're not allowing Cobalt to get underneath them, but right now, Endgame's struggling with some drive issues.
We've seen that happen before to them during this season.
Oh!
There's some sparks, and something went flying in that exchange.
Chris, Endgame just ripped that front plow off of Cobalt, and that is significant. That might limit how effective Cobalt can be with that vertical spinner.
And you saw it right there.
Now Endgame trying to go on the offensive, and then they're experiencing that drive issue again.
Yeah, that part has been a mess at times this season. And it looks like Cobalt is really having some difficulty as well. It's like they're driving on ice.
Cobalt looking for that angle to attack. There it is.
Oh, man, they missed it.
Yeah, they couldn't get underneath Endgame. That's where the front plow would have made all the difference. They're going to struggle to tee up Endgame for a big shot, no matter which angle they attack from now.
Closing in on a minute to go.
Oh! A huge hit! And another!
Oh, boy, Cobalt is down for the count. Holy smokes.
Counting down.
Here comes the countdown. An Endgame with a hit for the ages, taking down Cobalt and showing this tournament. Forget about us at your peril.
One, that's a knockout.
Cobalt got blasted against the glass, ended up on its head, and will be knocked out in consecutive fights. Kenny, both bots slow to find their footing in this one.
Yeah, definitely some dancing, but Endgame was able to get the angle on Cobalt and tear off that front plow with such force that we could barely see it right there.
You want to see force? It shot off so violently, it actually got stuck in the bulletproof ceiling of the battle box. Unbelievable.
And without that plow, Cobalt, despite several huge openings, wasn't able to get underneath Endgame and deliver an effective shot.
You know, we were talking about how dangerous of a weapon Cobalt is, but we forgot about Endgame. Look at them launch Cobalt across the battle box.
Unbelievable shot that led to an Endgame KO. Just a huge statement win over the highly decorated Cobalt. Let the bot battle begin. Oh, my gosh!
There goes the wedge of Cobalt. That didn't last long.
There go our lights, too. They end up at opposite ends of the battle box.
Oh, and Minotaur's upside down right now.
That's a real problem. Daniel Freitas trying to flip himself over, and he does.
Ball for Daniel Freitas.
He and Sam Schmidt, the driver of Cobalt, just going blow for blow in the early going. Look at Minotaur. He's like, no. Oh, a nice spark shot. They're so pretty. Oh, and the pulverizer comes down and drops its 100-pound head on Cobalt.
Minotaur looking for that angle we were talking about. Uh-oh. Cobalt's exposed on the backside. He's got to be careful with that. Oh!
Minotaur chases Cobalt into the rails. Really eating a lot of that front launch. Whoa!
What a shot by Minotaur!
And somehow Cobalt is still working.
We're still good. We're still good. Keep going.
And I'm not so sure about Minotaur's drum spinner. Kenny, what's going on with that thing?
It's starting to slow down, Chris.
And it is stopped, at least temporarily, with just over a minute left in this match. If Minotaur's relegated to push-bot duties, that could spell trouble.
Controla. Tenta ligar.
Unbelievable action in the first minute and a half, but Minotaur's weapon, at least temporarily, is dead.
Well, Minotaur needs to be careful now. Cobalt on the attack with that vertical disc spinner. Minotaur doing some excellent defensive driving.
And really, you can see just how powerful Minotaur is. That little thing's pushing Cobalt around.
Yeah, and it's just lower to the ground. It's a little more squat right here.
With under a minute to go, the kill saws are active.
Without that wedge, Chris, Cobalt unable to land any strikes.
And look at this, how smart is Minotaur? Just keeps powering Cobalt into the rails and pushing him there, letting him back and then pushing him back.
You know, Daniel Freitas is an amazing driver, but this is perhaps his best performance of the season.
What a great job by Daniel Freitas, pushing Cobalt. Just 20 seconds to go in this do-or-die match. And Minotaur says, I don't care if your weapon's working, I'm coming to say hello. And check out the hair on your chinny chin chin. But how about the kill saws taking a bite out of both?
Oh! Look at the power of Minotaur. What a fight!
Final few ticks. An unbelievable battle between a pair of outstanding bots. One from Brazil, one from England. A job well done.
With these two dangerous primary weapons, I knew it was going to come down to who the better driver was. And that better driver might have been Minotaur. Wow, what a fight.
Now it comes down to the judges' scorecard. Folks, this is what BattleBots is all about. How about the huge hit right off the start?
Oh, there goes the wedge. And I think he took out some lights along the way as well.
Wow. And how about that as Cobalt does flip and flip and flip.
And how about this shot?
Throwing Cobalt up against the rails, then the glass for everyone to see, including the judges who were merely feet away.
I thought it was going to be over for Cobalt, but how durable is the bot from the UK? Unbelievable.
Minotaur controlled the pace and definitely delivered the unforgettable shots, but they did lose their weapon halfway through the match. The judges are going to have their work cut out for them in this decision. Let's go to Farouk.
The results from the judges are in. The winner by unanimous decision is Minotaur!
Let the bot battle begin. Here comes Tantrum. Right out of the box. Big hit. Went all the way across the box.
Tantrum is targeting Valkyrie's weapon, Chris. No fear.
Now Valkyrie looking for some payback. Runs that big disc over the top of Tantrum. But Tantrum punching right back. Throwing Valkyrie into the screws. Whoa! Man, a win. And uh-oh, Valkyrie's weapon has stopped moving momentarily.
This is exactly what Beta was trying to do to rotate.
This is right in front of us. Tantrum doing a great job utilizing the battle box to its advantage.
Yeah, with that weapon down, Tantrum is free to go to work now, Chris.
And there you see it as Tantrum gives Valkyrie a ride across the battle box.
It has been all Tantrum here to open this match.
Yeah, Frederick Moore, the veteran driver, has got to do something to get Valkyrie back to the center of the box. Instead, it is caught under the pulverizer and really not moving well at all.
Yeah, look for Tantrum to get their vertical disc going here. They did take some damage to the top of the bot. Hopefully that weapon is still functional.
There it is, Kenny. You hear that spinner firing up as these two go for a waltz. And now, look who's raising the fist. Tantrum trying to take Valkyrie for a ride.
Their spinner is active, but I'm not sure they can deliver it into Valkyrie.
Almost midway through this fight, it has been all Tantrum so far.
Just keep driving, keep driving, keep driving.
You can hear Leanne Cushing imploring her driver, Fred, keep going, keep pushing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes!
Tantrum has dominated, Chris, but like Beta, it hasn't used its primary weapon.
And I know we just had a controversial decision, but let's remember, in the damage category, it's heavily weighted to what you do with your active weapon. And so far, that vertical disc spinner hasn't done the substantial damage to Valkyrie. Instead, it's really been the battle box. Under a minute to go. Both bots circling the drain here in the center of the box. It would seem at the moment, at least, that Tantrum has done enough to secure the victory. But look at this. Tantrum is suddenly lifeless.
Not sure their motor's working.
Kenny, this is a huge problem because Tantrum has stopped moving.
Uh-oh.
The referee imploring Team Tantrum show him some kind of movement or the countdown's going to start, and it has.
Tantrum trying to come back to life, but I don't think it's going to happen, Chris.
The fists are waving, but they're waving bye-bye as in I'm done.
What a heartbreak.
A tremendous job by Frederick Moore, Leanne Cushing, and Team Valkyrie to just stave off elimination, keep its wheels turning, and taking the W by KO. What an unbelievable bout. Right out of the gate, Tantrum had a game plan, stuck to it, Kenny. Got the pop early on, and when Valkyrie hit the screws, you knew that they were going the wrong direction.
Yeah, that's right. You know, both teams really got some great hits to start out the fight, but it was Tantrum who started to take over and looked like he was going to come back with an unbelievable win. But right here is where the tide starts to turn. Tantrum doing a great job of bullying Valkyrie around the battle box. But all of a sudden, it just stopped moving. All that energy, all those hits, all that power came to a complete halt.
And this is why it is so critical to have a veteran driver that will not panic. Even when you think you're down, you are never out. Let the bot battle begin.
Rotator starting out wedge forward here.
There's the sparks Pete was talking about. Victor Soto keeping that big wedge pointed towards Valkyrie. Oh, and now pops Leanne pushing spot up onto its heels.
Rotator winning the battle for low ground here early, Chris.
Oh, Valkyrie knocks Rotator into the side of the box. Uh-oh. Oh, Valkyrie goes over the top, and there's some shrapnel. Wow. And the pulverizer just misses Valkyrie.
Rotator is committed to feeding Valkyrie that wedge.
Oh, Valkyrie sent a little off kilter, but recovers nicely. Both teams refusing to back down. Oh, Rotator launches Valkyrie, and now keeping the pressure on. The driver for Valkyrie, Frederick Moore, doing his best to keep it centered, and wow, takes another big shot from Rotator. Oh! Rotator trying to take Valkyrie into the screws.
Victor Soto with some masterful driving here, Chris. He's leading with that wedge, but then swinging Rotator's blade around to catch Valkyrie and score points with his weapon.
And how about the durability of these two bots? Trading shots, like a couple of heavyweight prize fighters, and now Valkyrie popped on its heels once again.
The momentum on that blade just keeping Valkyrie suspended in air.
Unreal, look at the sparks. Are we shooting this thing on July 4th? This is awesome. Leanne Cushing continuing to attack.
Valkyrie now starting to do some damage to that wedge, and looks like there's some damage to the tire or Rotator as well.
Unbelievable, the sparks that are flying in this one. Closing in on a minute 15.
This is some amazing driving from both teams.
Wow. Valkyrie making a push now, showing no signs of the durability issues that have plagued them in the past. That blade is still going strong.
Some of these shots have just been insane. Oh, there's a piece of armor from Rotator now.
I mean, how long can these two robots keep this up?
The tide is turning a little bit here, Chris. It looks like Valkyrie's starting to get the better of Rotator.
Oh! Valkyrie can smell some blood. Going at it with Rotator.
Oh, there's another big shot from Valkyrie.
Rotator stumbling around. Closing in on the 30-second mark. Do both these bots have enough strength to make it the distance?
Valkyrie is really finishing strong, and how about that? Pieces of Rotator all over the battle box.
Valkyrie rips Rotator's wedge off its chassis. Are you kidding me? But somehow Rotator is still moving.
It's stumbling though, Chris. It's moving, but it's stumbling.
Both these bots, somehow they're gonna make it the distance in an unbelievable, epic BattleBots fight. Up on your feet at home if you aren't already. That was unbelievable.
And the winner by unanimous decision is... Valkyrie!
Let the bot battle begin. Whiplash with a huge box rush on Valkyrie.
Oh! What a counter shot!
Oh! Whiplash says, is that all you got? Oh, another huge collision.
Center, 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 center.
And here comes Whiplash again, getting underneath Valkyrie. And Valkyrie's blade says hello to the battle box floor. Manny Vasquez going right at Leanne Cushing bot here from the very beginning.
And it looks like Whiplash may have already broken Valkyrie's weapon, Chris.
Oh, and that is big trouble for Valkyrie as Whiplash now looks to go to work with their lifter, maybe get Valkyrie up and out of the box.
Incredible execution by Whiplash, using the big wedge to break Valkyrie's weapon, and now it's time to play the control game. Valkyrie at a huge disadvantage in that category.
Whiplash, one of the most versatile bots in the field, and now giving Valkyrie the grand tour of the battle box.
Introducing them to all the hazards Whoa!
Oh, gosh. Up on the screws. Is it going to go up, and out? Whiplash just relentless with that lifter. Valkyrie manages to escape, and they are now scrambling to create some serious space and reset here, Kenny.
I mean, they're trying, but Whiplash just isn't giving it the opportunity.
Pete, what the heck can Valkyrie do since its weapon isn't working anymore?
I don't know, and especially inverted like this, they are not in a good position, and they were almost locked on the handle there.
Unbelievable as Maddie Vasquez continues to apply the pressure. 1:20 to go. The question is, Kenny, can Valkyrie even survive at this point?
Well, this is a resilient bot. Make no mistake about that.
Hi, girl.
We saw this team survive 3 of the most violent minutes in the history of BattleBots in their first fight against Rotator.
Closing in on a man to go, and another shot into the screws.
Valkyrie shedding bot parts as it thrashes to try and stay alive.
Oh, come on, Matt.
Leanne Cushing's bot hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, well, there are some intense hits to start this fight, and I just think the stress of all of those shots have destroyed Valkyrie's bot and destroyed that blade, Chris.
If there was an actual referee and this was like a boxing match, this would have been finished long ago. But because Valkyrie can continue to move even in the slightest bit, it has avoided the countdown to this point.
You know, I think last season, I think we would have seen Valkyrie basically inoperable at this point. The durability in Valkyrie is just completely different, so we have to offer kudos for that. These guys are tough.
Yeah, but look at this. Valkyrie back up on the screws. Maddie Vasquez trying to finish the job. They won't get the knockout, but what an impressive performance by Team Whiplash. Whiplash, boy, it took him about a second to get across the box, Kenny.
What a shot by Whiplash, just not messing around at all. And again, just going weapon to weapon, or I should say wedge to their primary weapon. That's why they made that change. That's why they took away that vertical disc spinner and just said, you know what, we're just gonna armor up and run our face right into that weapon.
Pete, what impressed you most?
So even with all that armor they added, take a look at the left side of Whiplash. That armor is cut nearly clean through. That is why they added all that weight up there, because they knew the damage that Valkyrie could create. And then there's Matt just taken to town with the lifter. God, he was good in this drive.
You gotta give Valkyrie some serious credit for making it the full 3 minutes, but in the end, Whiplash just too much.
The winner by unanimous decision is Whiplash!
Let the bot battle begin! Sub-Zero leading with a new wedge. Valkyrie testing it. And again,
Oh my goodness!
Sub-Zero launches Valkyrie against the glass. Valkyrie lucky to make it out alive, but can it recover?
Sub-Zero keeping the pressure on, forcing the action with its wedge.
Now Valkyrie chewing at that armor. And Sub-Zero shows its front side, and Valkyrie lands a clean shot.
I think that front part of the flipper might be compromised on Sub-Zero.
Valkyrie on the comeback shot. Another one.
I'll weld it back. Don't worry about it.
What a shot. That titanium plate of armor is bent completely off on Sub-Zero.
Can Sub-Zero find a way to stay alive here? Valkyrie freaking out of control.
What a comeback shot by Sub-Zero.
Holy smokes, a huge part of Sub-Zero just came off.
Keep in mind.
This is like a world championship heavyweight boxing fight.
Valkyrie trying to clean up the floor a little bit. Sub-Zero's having driving issues now.
Is Valkyrie gonna go in for the kill?
It goes in for a little lump tap. Yeah, Sub-Zero just cannot move. It's inching. That is not going to be good enough in the referee's eyes. The countdown will be starting soon.
10,
Like now.
9, 8, 7. That was a great fight, man. We took a
The
lot of hits
unbelievable
there.
run of Sub-Zero is over as Valkyrie finally reaches the round of 16. Kenny, Sub-Zero looked like it was shot out of a cannon to start this fight. Logan Davis, he was not messing around.
Oh my goodness, he drove Valkyrie straight into the screws, popped them into the air. This thing could have been over after one hit.
No question. A lot of bots, they wouldn't have survived that exchange. But Valkyrie managed to get back on its feet and then go into attack mode.
Yeah, that disc was unrelenting as Valkyrie continued to strike from all angles, but I was so impressed at Sub-Zero's ability to withstand a lot of those hits.
And the durability of Valkyrie as well, it is a big difference from seasons past.
Last season, it would have a couple really big shots, but if it didn't knock you out after 2 or 3, Valkyrie would basically be destroyed. That is not the case this time around. This bot has improved so much.
Let the bot battle begin in a box rush from Whiplash, not allowing Valkyrie to spin up that blade.
Matty Vasquez wants to play the aggressor here to start. Oh, nice shot there by Whiplash.
Whoa!
What a hit!
That's a nice hit. And Whiplash is all over Valkyrie in the opening stretch of this fight, going face first with that wedge. Whiplash gets out of the corner. Valkyrie's blade. Whoa! As it is driving inverted, takes a serious shot.
Jeez!
And ends up right in front of the driver's window. Now Whiplash gets underneath Valkyrie and delivers it into the corner.
Whiplash trying to get Valkyrie to destroy itself.
And our floor.
Oh!
And it's brand new this season. Come on!
Valkyrie's blade no longer spinning. I think they've just disabled that primary weapon, Chris.
And now Matty Vasquez isn't taking any chances. He's trying to get Valkyrie up on the screws and out of the box.
This is what Whiplash does best, but now looks like that primary weapon's back up and running. And this is where it can do some serious damage. Get away from us, please. Oh my goodness!
Valkyrie with a back tuck off the high beam. How much longer can this weapon survive? Wow. Now it's right side up, and it takes another shot. Gets into the screws. Vasquez has been all over Valkyrie.
Whiplash is just so well-rounded. It can be technical, and it can also brawl, and right now it's brawling with Valkyrie.
Unbelievable, another huge shot as Valkyrie ends up on the screws yet again. Whiplash trying to finish this thing as we are in a minute 15 to go.
Valkyrie is drowning, Chris.
Come on, get away, center.
Now let's keep an eye on Valkyrie's blade. Mr. Cavity doesn't have life. Oh, look at this. Get in there. Get into the screws. Have some of that.
I think Valkyrie's blade may be down for good this time, Chris, and the only shot Leanne Cushing has to turn the tide here is to break Whiplash's weapon, or better yet, burn out their drive motors. But Whiplash showing no signs of fatigue whatsoever.
Under a minute to go.
Whiplash really putting Valkyrie through the washer machine right now.
I'm not even sure Valkyrie has much mobility left at this point. The number 9 seed, which was rock solid this season, conquering the durability issues that have plagued it in years past. But as you can see, it has run into a brick wall here in the round of 16 as Whiplash and the Vasquez clan, they pretty much systematically dismantled Leanne Cushing's robot.
This has been a virtuoso performance by Matt Vasquez.
The final seconds ticking away. This one will go to the judges as Whiplash dominated from beginning to end. Kenny, Whiplash made it to the semifinals last season, and they look primed to make another deep tournament run this year as well.
Yeah, what I saw was just superior control, superior driving skill from Matty Vasquez, just staying on Valkyrie the whole fight.
And you saw Whiplash using the BattleBots to its advantage, getting Valkyrie into the corner, and then Valkyrie with that high-energy weapon would just bounce around the floor and ended up on the screws several times as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and you never saw Whiplash really take a big hit from Valkyrie. They were always able to either deflect with the wedge or attack at the proper angle and get those lifts going. Just amazing stuff from Matty Vasquez.
The winner by unanimous decision is
battle begin. Hypershocks circling the drain on Slammo. Able to get underneath with those front forks and land some clean shots. Oh! Big hit!
We are seeing the speed advantage for Hypershock right away.
Oh, yeah!
Keep your arms out. Keep him down.
Uh-oh.
Hypershock smothering Slammo here in the opening stretch. Oh, and now backing it down in the short corner.
Jeez!
Holy smokes!
Slammo trying to stay squared up, but Hypershock is too fast. Oh, just ran into the fist there of Will Bales.
And then gets slammed into the rail by Will Bales, who's going in for more. Pawing at Slammo like a lion investigating a kill. Uh-oh. We could have a countdown coming. And there it is. Wow. Frank Danby never knew what hit him in this match. Hypershock, too fast and too furious.
That's a knockout.
Kenny, Hypershock fast out of the gate, really impressive.
They sure were. They kind of circled around their opponent for a little bit, got the angle, and then just attacked non-stop, getting underneath them, hitting them hard from the back, hitting them hard from the side. Tremendous driving there from Will Bales.
And I thought really the important thing was Hypershock was grounded the entire fight. Sometimes in years past we've seen him deliver a shot and then wobbly all over the place.
Well, I think that's due to the new chassis. You see it's a lot wider, it's a little bit longer, it's going to give it better stability, but again, the speed was there. Everything was just extremely impressive from that team.
And I think what we've learned is if you get knocked into that short corner next to the upper deck, if you cannot work your way out of there, you're going to be DOA.
Absolutely. They took full advantage of that. They cornered their opponent and then took them out.
Let the bot battle begin. Will Bales, a little bit bigger bot trying to take it to Lockjaw. Oh yeah, some serious grinding. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice hit there by Lockjaw.
Yeah, Will Bales, Hypershock got a little airtime there. And are those wheels chewed up a little bit? They are.
Yeah, that front left wheel of Hypershock's already carbonized, and he's upside down. But a great hit by Hypershock.
Yeah, and Hypershock going in for more. I am impressed by Hypershock. Even with a bum wheel. A few of them, Kenny, something's going on. Whoa! Wow!
That was Hypershock's wheel, and then Lockjaw lost one.
Yeah, Lockjaw's missing one too.
Oh, it's like two heavyweight boxers going at it here.
Except without a fist each. Whoa, nice work by Hypershock there. Lockjaw in the corner having drive trouble. Hypershock, are you kidding me?
And that's gonna be it. What a fight. He knocked him out of the arena.
Will Bales is shocked because the countdown has started. That is indeed going to be a knockout in favor of Hypershock.
What a fight!
An unbelievable first ever meeting between Hypershock and Lockjaw. Kenny, this was non-stop action.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, a ton of weapon-on-weapon hits. Both of these guys really going for it. You see the wheels come off pretty early there for Hypershock. He was having issues there. Peter, if you have that extra wheel, you might want to give that to Will.
But it was amazing that Hypershock still had that much power, even with its two front tires basically incapacitated.
You see tires flying everywhere. They are still fighting. I mean, that was crazy.
You know, in a NASCAR race, if that happens, you call in their pit crew. You cannot do that inside of the battle box. And look at the crowning blow to finish it off as Donald Hudson's Lockjaw flies several feet behind the barrier for the KO. Let the bot battle begin. A quick box rush by Hypershock, and he lands a shot right to Valkyrie, and he's right on top of it, Kenny.
Whoa! What a shot! Will Bales just ripped goodness!
Well, the screw
Jeez!
back into the box. Not exactly appetizing for Valkyrie and its driver, Frederick Moore. Oh, my goodness. We've seen some spectacular moments from Hypershock over the years, but we've never witnessed something quite as violent as that performance. Unreal!
That like fully broke the shaft.
What has gotten into Team Hypershock?
Kenny, what the heck happened?
I mean, when have you ever seen the primary weapon of a bot as well built as Valkyrie actually come off the robot? Look at that. Are you kidding me?
That is 65 pounds of AR-500 steel flying around the battle box. And we know how people love their memes here at BattleBots. There's one for you. Check out Leanne Cushing's face. Love it.
Yeah, Chris, this was no mercy all the way. And at the very end, a little death kiss. Thanks for coming out. Sorry, Valkyrie.
Will Bales, a fan favorite in seasons past for the way his robot looks and his fantastic persona. Tonight, it's all about a stud-like performance. Let the bot battle begin. Quick charge out of Scorpios. Nice shot, though, by Hypershock. Scorpios to flip over, almost flip out of the box.
It's over! It's over! Whoops! You broke it, Will. You broke it.
Look at the face on Will Bales. 24 seconds.
Wow!
24 seconds, Kenny Florian.
Yeah, I think the key was those forks on the front. Hypershock able to get underneath repeatedly. Speed, power, aggression. This was no fluke. This was domination.
Boy, it was 3 shots that finished the Blue Monster for the night, as Hypershock is moving on in the Tournament of Champions. Let the bot battle begin. Both drivers moving well on the battle box floor, always a key in the early going.
Two fast robots here. Hard to tell who's chasing whom.
There's the first big shot by Hypershock in a second.
Hypershock able to get underneath Witch Doctor with those front forks.
Oh, but here comes Witch Doctor. Oh, in first Hypershock. A driving air by Will Bales. Oh, Witch Doctor rips a tire off a Hypershock, and now it's lodged in Witch Doctor's spinner, Kenny. A 1 in a million shot.
Are you kidding me? Will Bales down a tire and Michael Lately down a primary weapon. Hypershock perfectly capable of operating on 3 wheels though, Chris. This may be an advantage for Will Bales. Mike has to be careful here.
And talk about saving a souvenir. Witch Doctor trying to shed that tire. Hypershock a little out of control now. Inverted, but delivers a shot to the top of Witch Doctor.
Michael Lately doing the math on just how aggressive he wants to be now. That spinner on Hypershock still active and still dangerous, Chris.
And still inverted Hypershock trying to sell bright.
Great job by Will Bales.
Well, you can see smoke coming out of Hypershock as well, exerting so much energy. And look at that.
But that's gonna free the weapon. The tire was just freed from the weapon of Witch Doctor. Now they're spinning at full speed.
And Mike Kalately's got to be licking his chops. He's going to go in for the kill shot on Hypershock.
That might be a risk. Both weapons spinning furiously here.
Hypershock keeping that big weapon pointed at Witch Doctor, saying, come on, come at me, bro.
Mike trying to throw Hypershock off balance and create an opening. How long can Will Bales keep this up on 3 wheels? What a shot by Hypershock!
But Witch Doctor's still moving. The weapon's still operating at full speed as well. An unreal first 2 minutes in this Golden Bolt semifinal.
The standoff continues. Hypershock still commanding the center of the box.
Oh, a nice little kiss shot.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, and Hypershock back inverted. Oh, is that the kill shot? Oh, trying to get it on the upper deck.
Michael Lately trying to finish the job against Hypershock. He might not need to.
Will Bales wondering, can I still Kenny, the phrase back and forth just wouldn't do this unbelievable match justice.
Unreal action here. Hypershock landed a big shot to start the match, and we thought we were going to see another epic Will Bales onslaught.
But Witch Doctor said, "I'll do you one better, Will Bales," and tore the back right tire off Hypershock. And look at this. I mean, talk about a hole-in-one. The tire gets stuck in Witch Doctor's spinner.
That is one of the craziest moments I have ever seen in this sport. I mean, how? What? Huh?
Eventually, Hypershock actually helped Witch Doctor out by dislodging that tire and allowing Witch Doctor's weapon to return to full speed.
Big credit to Hypershock staying squared up on only 3 wheels, even landing this massive shot, but Micah lately managed to create the opening he needed.
Mike started driving circles around his hobbled opponent, and then here, the finishing shot right near the upper deck. Hypershock gave an all-out effort, but put him in a body bag. But the bot battle begins. Scorpio goes right in the middle and takes a shot from that blade.
I like the strategy from Scorpio, staying in close and trying to jam up the weapon on Huge. Zach Lytle knew he was going to have to stick his nose in there to do it.
And Huge returns fire with a big-time counter shot.
Scorpios, is he done already?
Oh my gosh. It looks like one of the most durable bots out there has a fire. There's smoke, there's flame, and Huge knows it and can celebrate. Big wheels all around. Starchild getting hung up. Oh! Starchild drops the thwacker right into the blade of Huge. Loses a chunk of armor in the process.
Starchild already in trouble here, Chris. Great driving by Jonathan Schultz, pinning it in the corner to start.
As well as dropping that 100-pound pulverizer. Huge chipping away at Starchild.
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
Huge just going to work here. They've been dominant for every single fight.
You know, for years we've said about Huge, hey, why don't you pick on somebody your own size? He's like, yeah, well, what about today? I'm good.
What a treat for these fans to get to watch this crazy matchup in person. 2 of the most unique robots you'll ever see.
Oh,
Great shot there by Huge.
yeah, Huge just flipped Starchild right around, courtesy of the wheels. And again,
Those wheels on Starchild are starting to fray a little bit. Not sure it can take many more of these shots.
uh-oh, Starchild has a wheel caught in the screws.
Oh, big hit.
Huge still threatening with its weapon, bullies Starchild onto the upper deck.
Oh, no.
Look at that left or right or whichever wheel that is on Starchild. That thing's been deflated, Kenny.
Yeah, but a nice job by Brandon Zielinski to right his robot there.
Oh!
There's another nasty shot by Huge.
Come on, stand back up.
Starchild kind of caught under the screws of the upper deck. You can see one of those wheels is off balance. Massive problems for Brandon Zielinski's crew.
Yeah, absolutely, and Jonathan Schultz has just become one with his robot this year.
Oh!
Continues to devastate Starchild.
I don't know. Starchild's going to have to go out and pump up that tire because that wheel looks shot, Kenny.
Oh, man. Starchild lost its weapon early in this fight, Chris, and my goodness, Huge has taken advantage.
Oh!
There goes the wheel, Chris.
Oh, half of that thing has been chewed off. It's like I took a big old bite out of that thing.
Oh, this is almost sad to see. Starchild is struggling. It's like an animal out in the wild. Look at this.
Let's give Starchild some credit, though. The fact it's able to actually maneuver and stay alive, not get counted out, that's something special.
Oh, there goes the light,
one of the lights. Oh, God, do you mind cleaning that up, please, Kenny?
No, thank you. Starchild taking a beating here. Huge, taking no prisoners, even taking pieces of the BattleBots.
It just won't die.
Unreal performance by Huge. One more shot. Wow. Gosh almighty, that weapon on Huge.
That counter lost that top armor, but what a counter shot by Calviniva there.
Whoa, what was that?
Looked like some compressed air. I think that was part of Matt Catter's flamethrower that got knocked off, but look at the wheel on Huge. They're missing a piece.
And look at Mark Mason's spot. They don't mind sticking their nose in there. Oh! A light just evaporated at the top of the BattleBots.
That blade on Huge is just nasty. I mean, Matt Catter, one of the toughest robots. Oh! There goes the harpoon!
Shatter slides across the box on those Omni wheels, but it's Huge that lands the first shot. Whoa! Shatter with those Omni wheels, trying to get the right angle, but it's been on the wrong side of it so far.
Jonathan Schultz is on point tonight here against Shatter.
Oh, nice jab by Shatter, clipping one of Huge's balance bars.
Oh, Huge shot!
Great shot as he lifted Shatter into the air. Shatter getting desperate now, but one well-placed shot could still turn this fight. Oh!
There's a big hit.
That just took off. Oh, and another huge shot.
That is not a plate of armor.
That is not at all. And look at Huge on the attack. Oh, big shot by Huge. Blip takes it on the chin, and another pop. Blip shakes that one off, too. Oh, there's a nice flip by Aaron Hill. Huge with a counter shot, and Blip upends the Giant again.
And he is running out of time to turn the tide.
I don't know what that means, but it's something.
Whoa! Hot parts flying. Man, must be so difficult to get the... Oh, that's a nice maneuver. Is that blade stuck in Blip's face? Yeah! Fusion leading with the horizontal, draws first blood. Oh, and Huge returns fire now. Oh, Fusion's already seeing stars.
Oh no, oh no.
Whoa!
Reese Stewart in serious trouble here, Chris. Huge going in for more.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Jonathan Schultz giving out free haircuts, takes the top right off of Fusion, and I'm no doctor, but I'm not sure the patient's gonna survive this one, Kenny Florian. Oh, boy. Michael Lately going right in to try and stop that blade.
Yeah, I just saw a belt come off of one of those robots.
Oh, it might be Witch Doctor. There's smoke coming out of that one.
Mike going right at the weapon.
Oh! Drives Huge right into the screws.
Always a dicey spot for those big wheels of Huge. And Chris, Witch Doctor's weapon looks to be disabled.
Oh, and that is enormous in the eyes of the judges. Is your weapon working the full time? The answer is no. Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
They just took a shot from that S-blade. Oh!
There goes the ribs off of Witch Doctor. See you later. They are now vulnerable on that right side, Chris.
They don't really have a choice, though, Kenny. They've got to try and stop that weapon.
Clearly, that's Mike Delaney's goal here as Witch Doctor takes another big shot. This is the genius of Huge. Jonathan said it before the fight. Eventually, you're forced to engage the weapon, and for 6 straight matches, that has been a death sentence for the opponents of Huge.
Here comes Huge on the attack. They are going weapon to weapon. Copperhead ends up right under Huge.
Whoa.
There we go.
That's the impact Luke was looking for, but he can't take too many of those overhead shots. Copperhead is exposed up there.
Copperhead doesn't look good, Kenny. A little off-center. Oh, look at that.
Oh, there it is. There's the drive chain off. Copperhead flew right off after that shot from Huge.
And Copperhead definitely hurt. Just kind of crab walking now. Huge continues to attack. His weapon is still spinning, but Luke Quintal has lost the drive on the right side.
We've seen this before from Copperhead. The weapon is virtually indestructible, but the drive has a tendency to die, and die quickly.
So they're just kind of a sitting duck at this point. Huge is just going to keep rolling over him methodically.
Yeah, they have to be a little bit more precise. Looks like they're trying to attack the wheels of Copperhead. That's one of the things they said they would try.
We did see the wheel come off against Riptide. Whoa, 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 that's a terrible spot for Copperhead to be in. Wow!
Just so much gyroscopic action there from Copperhead. They have no control. Huge looking to take advantage of.
Oh!
They do.
Huge has, oh no! Copperhead has started smoking.
Uh-oh. Oh, man, Huge just looking dominant here against Copperhead. Jonathan Schultz is already cheering, Chris, with his team.
Yes, Copperhead, the drum is dead. The wheels are dead. Their chances at a berth in the finals, dead.
Oh.
Sticking his nose right in there and doing a 360 is J-Mo.
Yeah, Huge able to launch saw blaze. This was the fear with that attachment.
It's already taken 3 shots, Kenny.
Oh!
And a huge one there.
Huge continues to uppercut saw blaze.
And he landed almost on top of Huge.
stretches out to a big lead.
Oh my goodness.